Hello racers, we are Francesco and Fabrizio, and today with us there's a special guest. There's our Global Ambassador Néstor Girolami. Bebu, thanks to be with us today.
Hello Francesco, hello Fabrizio. Thank you for having me here today. My first time at the headquarters of Cube Control, so very happy about it.
So let's talk about your experience in motorsport. How did you start and when did you start?
Well, all started when I was 3 years old, so many years ago, and now I'm 32. So this year I will get 30 years in motorsport, which is an enormous number when I think about it. But I would say I really enjoy going through all my career, starting in go-kart from 3 years old, which is quite crazy. Normally when you are 3 years old, you do another things, but my father was a little bit crazy and he bought me a go-kart, so I did all my first step on go-kart till 15 years, then I switched to Formula, and then at one point I have to decide if I stay in Formula, dreaming about going to Formula 1, because this is your dream when you start your career, or staying in touring car, which was less in terms of budget and was more achievable from our side, from our familial support, and we decided together with my family to look into that. And the last 4 years I was racing from 2019 till now with Honda in WTCR, which is a dream come true somehow, because I'm not Formula 1 driver, but I'm a professional racing driver in the most popular touring car, which is the World Touring Car Championship. So I'm very happy about it.
What's your relationship with the sim racing games instead? How did you discover kick controls?
Well, my relationship with sim racing world is quite new, I would say, because I'm 32 years old, so I started 4 or 5 years ago to really going into very into details in sim racing and sharing moments with sim racers. So actually I'm enjoying a lot, and I think both worlds are getting closer and closer, and it seems that the community is working very well. So I'm very proud of this. And regarding Cube Control, I was looking for a steering wheel for my simulator, and I was looking for exactly the most similar steering wheel in the market. So I found by social media, I get in contact with Fabio. So he was really kind with me, sent me a steering wheel to try. I tried, and then we start our relationship in 2019. That it was growing up till now that we are enjoying, and I can give my feedbacks, and I think it's a good back and forwards to improve the components, and I'm very happy about that.
What is the difference that you feel the most when you drive?
Well, as I said before, it's improving every year, and you get better software, you get better hardware. So every time I'm feeling that I'm getting closer to my feeling in the car, in the simulator, compared to the real world. Still, we are missing the temperature inside of the car, the smoke inside of the car.
Of course, there are real details.
So many details that you don't have in the simulator. But at the same time, I would say without the simulator, I cannot be fully prepared as I am now to be like from the first lap I arrive in the track. I'm feeling that I have tried so many times in the simulator, so I know the reference, and somehow you are getting closer to perform at the 100% in the first free practice. So yes, it's a good advantage in those times, in these times.
Of course.
So speaking about your motorsport experience, how the simulation helps you while training?
It's a good question, because people normally think that we do physical training. That is part of our job, of course. I do physical training, but in the other side I prepare myself in the mental side, because it's not all about physical in the car. It's, I would say, more about mental approach of the weekend. And I have my personal trainer where I do my physical training, and my coach where I train with the simulator. We prepare strategies, and I would say I spend more time in the mental training every day, at least 1 hour and a half, and an hour or hour and a half sometimes in the physical training.
How do you keep your shape during the season? Do you have any tips?
Yeah, I would say during the season it's very important to understand what you need, because temperatures in the car are changing a lot. We start normally in March, and it's cold or normal 20 degrees average, and then for that moment you don't need so much cardio. But for the moments where we approach July, August, which is very hot, for example, Villarreal street circle, extremely hot because it's in between the walls and not air is going through. So inside of the car, maybe we have 60 or 70 degrees.
Wow.
And for that, we need a special training. 2 months in, I would say, two months before that race, we go into the sauna, we do some trainings inside of the sauna.
Wow.
And this is kind of training that you change during the season to be as much as prepared as possible.
Bebu, do you have any pro tip to share with our community to improve the reflexes?
Yes, I train a lot reflex in the simulator. I have my LED lights where I put it in the screen of the simulator, and while I'm driving, first I set my fastest lap, and then I add the lights, I put it on, and then I try to match that fastest time with the lights, touching the light and focusing on the main screen, no? on my feelings in the car. So at the beginning you are second or maybe 2 seconds far from that time, but then you start to get used with these uncomfortable moments, and you start to be closer and closer, and then when I arrive, I disconnect the light, I try it again, and sometimes I go even faster. So you need to train your brain to be fully prepared for much more. Then if it's less, okay, it's easier. But in the race sometimes you don't expect rain, and it's raining, and it's foggy, and you don't see so clear, like I did the pole in Nürburgring under the night. I think that type of training helped me a lot, because you are not expecting with a car without lights to do a lap on the night, and you need to be fully prepared with reference and with your also eyes training to get used for that travels.
Thank you for sharing your tips, Bebu. And talking about race cars, what's the fastest cars that you ever drove, and which is your favorite real car?
Well, I have so many nice cars which I have driven before, but I would say now actually it's my Honda Civic Type R. I enjoy it a lot, and it's kind of a really nice car to drive. 360 horsepower, front wheel traction, and especially at Nordschleife I enjoy it a lot. The fastest Formula that I have driven is a Formula 3, and touring cars, the fastest I think it was stock car in Brazil, around 500 horsepower.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a real wheel traction, and it's really nice car to ride.
Impressive.
And when you push the push to pass, you ended up in 550 horsepower.
Which is your favorite in-game car instead? But most importantly, which is your favorite cube controls wheel?
I do a lot of training with my Civic Type R, which is my favorite at the moment because I enjoy it a lot and I need to train that car.
Okay.
With the GT Pro cube controls. That is my perfect combo. But I also like pretty much the CSX too, which is really nice with the dashboard, and the quality of the steering is amazing. But it's not my favorite. My favorite is actually the one that is coming, that you will discover soon.
what are your goals and what do you expect the most?
Well, I would say after 3 years learning tracks, because I did all my career in Argentina, so every year I was getting more used to the new tracks. After winning races during every year I have won at least one race, so this year my target is to become a world champion, and for this I'm training a lot. I'm doing a lot of exercise and learning the new component that we have in the car, just to be fully prepared for achieve that goal. And of course, arriving at the last event, fighting for the championship is my target. Then in the last event, you can get good luck, bad luck, but at least being in the fight is what I would like to achieve. So,
Bebu, thanks for your time.
Welcome, it's a pleasure. As I said before, sharing my experience with the sim racer community is very nice. I hope you like it. And I hope to see you soon in some event. I think I will stay in the Expo, in the Sim Expo this year again, so I hope to see you there, and all the best for this year.
Thank you over there for watching. Keep following us on our channel, and until the next time, race hard.